Hi guys, Warriors got eliminated this weekend. They are my team, so we're gonna see what they're gonna do this year. What I think they should do, what their salary and all that, what they can do. So let's get into it. Let's start with the free agents. Like free agents, these are like key players, kind of the more important ones. Basically, like Brook Lopez, that'd be a must if they wanted like a good center. Seth Curry, Stephen Curry's brother. He's a small guard. Lonnie Walker, I don't think the Lakers will. I think they're gonna sign him, so he's in there, but I don't think he'll want him. Grant Williams, he's a point forward for the Boston. We'll see if they could keep him. Then you got the ones that like Kyrie Irving is not going to Warriors. They don't have enough money for him. Russell Westbrook is not going there. James Harden's not going there, but they are going to be in the mix. Chris Middleton, that's that could be a good thing, but I don't think he's going out of the Bucks. Kevin Love is a interesting one. They need centers, so he's interesting. Nikola Vucevic is interesting. See how much that would cost you. Fred VanVleet, I don't think they're going to go for a point guard, but if they trade Jordan Poole, they might have to go for a point guard. So we'll see there. Harrison Barnes, he's a point forward. He's a power forward that used to play for the Warriors. Damian Lee used to play for the forward. He's a small forward, shooting guard. Dylan Brooks, I don't think they'll sign him, but he's in there. Kristen Wood from Dallas, that is an interesting one. Naz Reid, a center, really cheap. They could go for a cheap center, and that could be a good one. Jay Crowder from Milwaukee, he's not staying there, so that could be interesting. Josh Okogie, that could actually help their bench. I think that's an interesting one. And I put here Jaylen Brown because they don't know what they're going to do with Jaylen. I don't know if he wants to still play in Boston after this. It all depends if they win the championship. But his salary, just for fun, Jaylen Brown, I think would be a good fit here. $29.7 million this year. Next year, $31.8 million. And after that, he's not signed. So you could trade really good players. I think they should keep the core players. I think the core players are staying. Like Draymond, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson are staying. What you can do after that, it's gonna be hard. They're gonna have to let's see what they do here. Like you got point guard, you got Stephen Curry behind him with $48 million this year. This is all this year's salary. It all changed. Jordan Poole this year did $3.9 million. But next year, $28.7 million. 2024, 2025, $30.9 million. 25 and 26, $33 million. And then 26, 27, $35.3 million. He's going to be expensive. But he is very young. And do you keep him? He had really not a great year in his standard. He was okay in the season, but in the playoff, he was horrible. So, do you keep him? I think they should try to trade him. So, we'll see there. Gary Payton II, $8.3 million. You need to keep him. I think he's a good defender. You can't lose those defenders. Then you got Ryan Rollin, $1.0 million. Then you got shooting guards, Klay Thompson, $40 million. And he's up for a raise. We'll see if he takes a pay cut or what he's going to be doing. You got Dante DiVincenzo. He's $4.5 million, but he has a player option. So we'll see what he does. What they do with him, I think he's a good shooting guard, but you can actually still trade him if you wanted to. Moose Moody, $3.7 million. I think they could actually trade him if they wanted to. Lester Canones, he's $58,000, really cheap. Kevin Looney, $8 million. Do you keep Kevin Looney? I know he's a big factor. He does a lot of rebound, but he doesn't score a lot. So do you get a Brook Lopez or something like that and get rid of Kevin Looney in a trade, and then you can get Brook Lopez or Kevin Love or Vucevic instead, and it changed the whole freaking it changed the whole team thing here. They're not big. They need to get a little bit bigger. Then you got Draymond Green, $25.8 million. He has a player option. We'll see what they do there. I think they should keep him. In the beginning of the season, I probably say the opposite, but I think they should keep him. Jamarco Green, $1.8 million. They could actually sign him, but they can get somebody else. I think they could get somebody else. Jonathan Kuminga for it, $5.7 million. We'll see what they do there. Small forward Andrew Wiggins, $33.6 million. He's a good defender. Andre Iguodala, he's $1.8 million, but he retired, so you get that off the books. Patrick Baldwin Jr., $2.2 million. I think that's a little too much for him. You can actually trade him if you want to. Anthony Lamb, $253,000. He's really cheap. You can keep him. So let's see what who I think they should keep. Obviously, Stephen Curry you keep. Jordan Poole, let's see what they do here. Gary Payton, I think they should keep. I don't know if they can. Rollins, really cheap. You can keep him. Klay Thompson, all depends. If he wants his money, he's going to put them in really a difficult area. If he wants his money, you might have to trade him. And I don't think they should, but if you could get a good player, if you could get Jaylen Brown, you can trade players. You can actually trade Jordan Poole, I think, for him. Not only Jordan Poole, but you can actually make some room here. Dante, I think I'm not gonna put a check mark on Dante. I'm not gonna put a. Let's put a check mark for Moose Moody. Okay, well, let's say we keep him. Lester Cannoni was really cheap. You can keep him. Kevin Looney, out. I think he's out. He's a great player. But if you can get a good center and then good players, I think you can actually trade for really good. Draymond Green stays, I think. Jamarco Green, we'll see what they do. So I'm going to put a check. Question mark here. Kuminga, question mark for now. Andrew Wiggins, I think you can keep him. If you could trade Jordan Poole, you keep Andrew Wiggins. So, let's say they trade Jordan Poole. So, I keep him. He's gone. Iguodala's got retired. He's gone. And then Anthony Lamb you keep. So, what you trade for Jaylen Brown? A few draft pick probably. A few draft pick. You trade Jordan Poole, and you can actually trade Kevin Looney. Really great, and with draft pick to get Jaylen Brown. Then you got Jaylen Brown in the team, right? That helps a lot. The books. We don't know what you do with Klay Thompson, but you can actually get maybe. Let's say they get Vucevic, okay? The worst case scenario. If not, you get Brook Lopez, right? But you need a bigger guy. So I would get him or even Naz Reid. You get a center. You need a good center. A really tall center. You can even get Kevin Love. I don't know if he would play for the Golden State Warriors. But you get a big guy. Brook Lopez is really a good candidate. You get Brook Lopez. You are a championship team with Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and then Klay Thompson, right? You got Brook Lopez, and then if you want, you can get shooters. You can get really cheap. You can get Seth Curry, that you can actually have him in a really friendly contract. Then you can move some things around. You can actually trade maybe Jonathan Kuminga, or you can keep them, right? But you can grab some players here, and with that, you get that contract of Jordan Poole out of $28 million. With $8 million, you get Jaylen Brown. You get really bigger. You get bigger, faster, more good in the playoff. And then you can actually you don't sign you don't have to sign Jermichael Green. You trade Patrick Baldwin, and then you can keep. I think you can keep Moose Moody or Jonathan Kuminga. So you keep Jonathan Kuminga. You lose Moose Moody. You lose maybe Dante DiVincenzo. Then you can grab a few players. You can actually, if you wanted to, you can actually, if you lose a player in power forward, you can actually grab Harrison Barnes. And then, because he did win a championship with them. And then, if you want, I don't think you can afford Chris Middleton, but you can get maybe, if you get rid of a few shooting guards, you need a shooting guard. So, you basically get Seth Curry as a shooting guard, and that helps. So, but you don't have, you have 2-point guards. You can actually go get more point guards. I don't believe you can get him. You can actually do build this team and build this bench a little bit better for next year, and then you can still keep those core players. All depends what Klay Thompson does. If he wants his money, it changed the whole picture of this team. If Draymond Green wants his money, it changed a lot of things, because you can actually change the whole team around. But you can't tank. You need to rebuild. Not rebuild, but retool for next year. Because Stephen Curry is playing in a high intensity, and you can't lose his prime. He's still playing very good, and you can't do this to Stephen Curry. So we'll see what they do. I think Jordan Poole, they can actually keep Jordan Poole too. We'll see what they do, but I didn't like his performance in the playoff, but we'll see what they do. So it's gonna be an interesting offseason for the Warriors. Let me know what you guys think they should do. I think Jaylen Brown would be a good fit, but I mean that was just this is just maybe a thing, right? You can get Josh Okogie also to a bench. They can do this team and turn it around. They could do retool. We'll see what they do. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon more videos. See you guys.